Alright, what is up everybody? It's Lids and we're back for some more Hades, and last time, in case you missed it, we made it much further than we've ever made it before. 50 rooms, apparently. We made it beyond the fight between the Minotaur and Theseus. And I think, you know what? We've been messing around with a lot of different keepsakes and weapons, but I think it's a good sign that even despite all that, we've still been able to have a pretty good amount of success. That being said, let's
one more time.
Let's not mess with success at the moment. We'll keep everything the way we had it in the previous go-round, and hopefully we can have some more success of the same sort.
Seems the wherewithal good enough to safe and sound there in your hands, young man. I've not seen that old thing in quite some time.
Okay. We have Zeus's default attack, where he gives us some extra lightning zappiness for nearby enemies. I think we had that last time. We actually had that in just the normal version last time. Ooh, that was nice. So I think getting the rare will be that much better. And we still have
Numbskulls.
Thanatos' keepsake. Gives us damage when we can complete a room without taking any damage from enemies. We're going to try to do that again, obviously. We did manage to stack up quite a bit of that last time. That's 2 rooms already, in which we've done that this go-round. I couldn't tell you exactly how many times we got it to work. Probably, I don't know, just shy of 10 last go-round. And most of that is going to be happening in Tartarus, in all likelihood, since it is certainly easier to take out enemies in here than it is in, say, Asphodel or Elysium. I believe it does not matter if we take trap damage. I think we had that happen to us on one occasion on our previous run, and it did not affect whether or not we got the bonus. Just want to be mindful of all these guys adding up. There we go. Every time you see that little black cloud of smoke up here above our head and a little gong going off, that does mean that we were successful in getting a 1% damage boost. So, not much for an individual room, but if we can get them to happen numerous times, and of course, they do start to add up. Does, on occasion, require some dodging, though. Some close ones there. We did manage to pull it off. Also, our next gem upgrade of note costs us 80 gems, so if we could reach that point, that would be nice. Okay, I do hate these rooms with these guys in them. If we could manage to take them out early, which we did do. These guys are tough too, though. Who's left? You. That was it? Okay. Another keepsake.
In the name of Hades.
Our more Zeus, he really wants us to take his aid. But I really like this. We also had this last time round. I think we had it with considerable amount of rarity, such that it was dealing a lot of damage to enemies that were affected by our lightning damage, but all settled. It is still a powerful synergy, not as good as the last time, but good no less. Ooh. Do see we have some of the bombers trying to attack us from afar here, so we aren't quite as safe as we might have originally thought. Ooh. Even from that kind of range. Certainly not with enemies appearing right next to us. just you? It is. Okay.
Got through without a scratch.
I don't think we've gotten damaged yet, which is very nice. We've gotten lots of those bonuses. Okay, yeah, we do have a little mini shop.
Let's have a look here.
We haven't had a Chaos Gate yet, so you could make the case that that would be worthwhile. I mean, at this point, we've made it far enough that whatever effect we choose to take could end up still being, in effect, the negative part, that is, while we're in the next boss fight, which is something we might want to try to avoid. But, I mean, generally speaking, getting Chaos effects early is nice, because you'd rather them trigger in Tartarus and, say, Elysium, when things are much more difficult. These guys are going to be hard not to get hit against. Probably, at least. We'll see what we can do, of course, but it's not holding out hope. They are certainly the most difficult enemies we've gone up against thus far. That was close. I don't think we did get hit. We did pull it off, though.
That's what you get.
Very nearly messed it up.
Why, you yield Coronax the Heartseeker. I never took you for an archer, though the power of that bow is undeniable. Use it wisely.
Will do. Help us out with that? Okay, so I do really like Athena's aid. Giving us the impervious and deflect. Obviously, this is epic, so in theory, it's a little bit better. But, we don't have an aid yet, so I think we do take that. And of course, we will go into the Chaos Room. One that we paid for.
Heart of the underworld.
Okay. Let's see what you have for us.
Through the expanse of time, I often wondered, is it necessary to be fair? The immortals are my offspring. Surely I should treat them equally. And yet I find that there is little sport in doing so.
Okay. Let's see. Cannot pick up the Bloodstones for an extended period of time, but after that we do get increased rarity on our boons. That is really good. It's not a huge number, because this is just a normal boon. So, I mean, that is still helpful, though. Whereas here, ooh, I do really like extra attack damage. But it does mean lowering our total life, which is always a scary prospect. We've not increased our maximum life yet. So, it's not like we have much margin there to work with. Otherwise, canter and coins, and we get special damage. I think we go here. Normally, I would choose to pick the attack damage. What? Okay, if we could just take you guys out early, that would be great. Ooh, don't like you spawning right next to us, though. We don't have any damage on our dash yet, which is something that we will often pick up. Have often picked up in the past. Oh man. Thought we took out a lot of guys there, and I was hoping we were going to be done.
Easy.
Ooh. We are far from that, though, I'm afraid. Somehow, did not get hit there.
Back at the house.
Okay, we have 229 coins, which I think, yeah, that is good enough. Go into a shop, I think. Let's give it a go.
I'm at the docks.
And can't quite do the double upgrade that we would have loved to have been able to afford. Just missed it. So I think we take the boon.
Don't spend it all in one place, mate.
That's the whole idea, isn't it? Probably, well, we did have this last time. And I think this is beneficial for the Minotaur fight at least, allowing us to more easily avoid his charging attack. But I think outside of that, this is going to be more useful
Faster than ever.
for everything else. We will, theoretically at least, have time to make up for, okay. I don't love how easily you guys just waltzed on by there. But yeah, in theory, we should have time to make up for, picking up stuff for, ooh, we got hit there. The Minotaur fight, specifically. There's more of them coming. Did trigger that trap, such that it hit one of them. I'd love to say that was intentional, but not really. Get the bonus, though. There's our first maximum life upgrades. That is useful. Here.
What's for sale?
I think that's overkill. I think those other things are just short-term upgrades that we don't really need right now. Lots of ranged enemies here. It'll be hard to dodge if we let them get a bunch of attacks off. Ooh, more of them! More still. Not sure where the best place to stand is right now. See you. Not really where I want to be standing. Thought there was someone else hiding over here. Ooh, let's not dash into your back. Sounds like a not so great idea. There we go. No damage on that one either.
The boon I got from Chaos has a new effect.
Okay. Yikes. So, looks like our only option is the shop, and the only thing we'd be able to afford would be an upgrade.
Greetings, Charon.
Not that, which would have been great. Might have jumped the gun a little bit on our previous shop, in which we chose to purchase the boon, even though we didn't really have much extra coins to spare. So I think we don't need that other stuff. And we actually have not been damaged.
Redblood, I'm getting awful sick of seeing your smug face time after time after time.
We've not been damaged by any of the monsters, so we've gotten the maximum amount of damage boosts from our keepsake. I mean, granted, that's probably about to change here, so we'll see.
Have you given any thought to just leaving me alone and going back to wherever it is you came from?
You see, that is exactly what I mean. To think that Megara had to put up with you for I don't know how long.
Sorry. She's the rage one. As you can see here. She missed. Somewhat surprisingly. There is the rage, though, and we do not have our haul up just yet, which would normally be the preferred thing for us to do right now. Remember, though, she actually is not immune to traps. Oh, that was silly. Got hit by the normal enemy there. She's impervious. She's gonna go... Is she in range? No?
I better stop her.
Ow. That was silly. Get over here. Where are you? Is it that? If you chill over there, above those traps, you will actually take a bunch of damage. Granted, I did just walk into your spinny wheel of death over there, which probably was a mistake. If I can get you to hang out over here... Ow, okay, don't do that, though. That ought to do the trick, though, right? No? There we go. Little sloppy at the end there.
She wasn't very nice.
Did ultimately get it done.
Mine.
I feel like I'm hearing other things in here. This usually isn't the case, but well, it's just this. It's those bats?
Well, Father.
You're not permitted to leave, Tartarus.
We're actually not fully healed up right now, which is not usually the case. Coming in here. So, I mean, if we had more coins to spare, I would say it's worthwhile upgrading the rarity of our next boon, because I think that does, well, I think this has led to some pretty awesome boons in the past. Generally, I think this is worthwhile, it's just that I'm a little hesitant, given how, if we do this, we wouldn't even have enough to purchase anything from our next shop. Other than maybe a life restoration. So, let's go for it. I don't love it. I will probably regret having done that, unless... No, we're gonna keep all those. Maybe we would have had something that's not great from a boon standpoint that we could have sold for a little bit of coins to make up for that, but we'll stick with what we have here.
Getting warmer.
Alright. So, yeah. Lots of coins, actually. I mean, not enough to make a huge short-term difference, but we'll see what we can do. Alright, these guys, who I do not like. Ooh, I dashed into that one. Still, ow, dash into that again. Very much like a little bit of damage on our dash, which I think in the past I've belittled that a little bit, because usually you see, oh, just a tiny amount of damage. It doesn't seem like it's much. But it is a big deal when it can turn what would normally be just a defensive maneuver into an offensive maneuver as well. Okay, move down. Is someone else over here? Here it is. There we go. Alright, we did take a little bit of damage there. And I think we improved the aid. This could be good too. I mean, all these things have been pretty solid for us at this stage, I think. But I think Athena's aid in particular is... let's definitely go here. It's very subject
to the next one.
To being upgraded because the duration is the main thing that makes it good. I mean, I'm sure you could say the same thing about many of the calls. Not really what I'm going to do there. Still one over here? There is a trove that we will eventually see. It's gonna be more after this though, I bet.
Come on in.
Love to get rid of you early though. Nice. Is that actually an environmental tool? It might have been. There we go.
See that card?
Did get hit. See, your attack fires 3 shots in the spread. We got this last time. I mean, getting our power shot to deal a lot more damage would also be good, but I'm not great at pulling that one off. So I think let's go for this. This will be helpful. That is a lot of darkness. I think, ooh. I think instead, I'm gonna try to keep our life high enough for us to be able to pull this one off. This would be potentially really good for us to get a double boon. Granted, it will require that we go through a difficult encounter in which one of those gods is going to be fighting against us. So we'll need all the life we can get. Where is the actual boon? They are.
Whose favor to choose?
Okay. So, I think we pick Zeus because we have the lightning synergy going, so it's more likely to build off of what we already have.
Send this message.
Chain lightning effects bounce more times before expiring. I think that is exactly what we need to just spread the lightning around even more than we already are.
The Thunder God's might.
On Olympus,
Further
I'm
build
your
upon the
closest
synergy.
confidant. You'd best remember this before you spurn me again.
I'm sorry, Athena.
So that's the way it is then.
Can't tell what exactly it is that Athena's doing. Was, I think, taking some damage there at one point. Oh, she's making them deflect stuff. It's very Athena-like of her. But with that being one of her things. Yup, like that. Be careful when they have that shield effect up. And I suspect there will be more than just this one round of enemies too. Just finding it a little tricky to get in to deal this damage right now. Alright, it is only this guy right now. Saw that. Saw the shields go up. Okay, there's gotta be more. Ooh, just walked into me with those shields. Yeah, I have to admit, this is very different from what we usually see when the gods look to intervene. How? What? A little more, I mean, it should be more predictable, I suppose, but I'm just not as used to it. Used to the gods directly attacking us, rather than empowering, oh, I did not mean to do that, rather than empowering our enemies. Although, if we were to intentionally use our call, then we could hit them with a little bit of a taste of their own medicine. I do like that we bumped that guy into the lava and made our job a little easier. Like that. You can stay there. Oh. Just need one little hit on you. There we go. Ooh. Don't think we technically took damage there.
I'd say I've bickered with you quite enough for now, cousin. Let us continue down a more productive path.
Glad to hear it. Okay. Dash deals damage and deflect rather. That is basically what I was asking for. So I'm tempted to go this route. Although we don't have a ton of life at the moment, so to pick up some defensive boosts like this, I mean deflect is also defensive, so I'll take this. It's not the largest duration in which we get that deflect. Let's see. Okay, so we can go mini-boss Athena and potentially get more of those types of buffs. Dionysus, I always want to say Dionysus, who we have not seen yet. Or Hermes, which we do have one buff, one boon from him thus far. He's the only one who doesn't have the mini-boss icon above it, so I'm gonna go that route. I don't actually know if the mini-boss icon indicates, has any influence on the rarity of the boon. Is that a thing, that if you go up against more difficult enemies, you have a greater chance of having a higher rarity boon? In which case, it might be worth taking those risks more often, because given the choice, I will usually opt not to take those risks. It seems like it's potentially more dangerous for no additional reward, so why would you? sure if we can deflect those projectiles that they throw. I kind of doubt it. One down. Where you went, though. Ooh, you nailed me with that one. Right as you were about to get killed, too. Not the best job on our part. There we go. It might have been the only hit we took, in which case that prevented us from getting the damage bonus from our keepsake.
It says you're rather slow. If only somebody could help you out with that. Huh, fancy that? What a coincidence.
Let's see what you have for us then. Okay, we did see a little bit of this. I think it was a normal version of this boon not long ago. Otherwise, dash and additional time in a row. I mean, those two things would work well together. I think... What was the duration of it? Slightly lower with the normal effect. Might have been 0.6 seconds, whereas the rare is 0.8. I think it was still 100% increased move speed. So sure, let's go for the rare.
Enemies.
Ooh, yep. It's certainly a speed boost, alright. We're looking at either darkness or the gems. Let's go for the gems, because I think we are close to getting the urns with coins upgrade. Ooh. Did see the word deflect pop up there. You're wondering if we could deflect those attacks. Not sure what actually happened. It's been a long time since we've seen Medusas like that. A very long time. And in the smoke. That's no good. Got you. There are more. Ooh, lots of range, guys. I don't like that. I think we got rid of everyone but you. Ooh, and I really thought you were not going to predict where I was going to jump with that. You outsmarted me on that one. Okay, we did reach the 80 gem mark, which was what we were looking to do, but definitely use some more life. There's max life. There's coins. There's Zeus. I mean, we do have some really nice Zeus synergies going with all the shock and shock spreading and jolt stuff going on. So long term, this would be amazing to go this route. But unfortunately, I think we need to go this way. Otherwise, we are at risk of potentially not making it much further. What is this? What? Really? I didn't know you could show up here.
Thought I might find you all the way out here. Although, quite frankly, I'm surprised you're still alive.
I thought you only showed up once we made it to Elysium.
I can hold my own in case you haven't noticed then.
I haven't, Zag. Now stand back and
We
let me
beat you
show
last time, thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Probably should be targeting some of the enemies with lower HP so that I can take them out more quickly so that we can beat them. We're not going to beat him on that one. Don't like this at the moment. He is beating us a little bit. I think our real strength is if we can get some of the little guys. Because we don't have a ton of damage at the moment. He is beating us rather handily at the moment. Yep.
This won't go on the record.
That's a relief.
10-6. He did beat us. as anticipated. We do still need to talk to him, though, apparently. He's not through with us.
I told you I don't need your help here, Thanatos.
It wasn't being offered. Just happened to be in the area is all. Carry on, Zagreus.
I mean, I guess it is true. He is helping us clear these areas. It's just that, there's a little bit of a, I don't know, friendly competition would be accurate, but competition between the two of us. Okay. So, we have another life room. We have a shop. And we have this trove that I saw. What kind is it? Coins. So coins would help with the shop. And reaching the 225 coin mark might be significant. That looks... It has gold around it, and I'm wondering if that actually drops anything to destroy it, but apparently we can't destroy it. So I take it back. Okay, so in that case, we are not looking great from a life standpoint. So I am a little reluctant. I think we do this and we just hope that we can, well... No, because at best, we are still only able to afford one thing. But I think we do still take this route. This might even be a life room without any enemies in it. In anticipation of the boss, but no, I mean, there are no enemies. It is just before the boss, but it's not a life chamber that actually heals itself, unfortunately. In which case, would we rather have taken the shop? I mean, we might have been able to pick up a boon or a weapon upgrade. All depends if we're able to take this guy out. We did a good job against it last time. With the bow. We do this, presumably. Oh, that was poorly played on my part. For some reason, I thought we were going to be able to destroy that thing. Okay, on to your first head phase. I went right into that. You can deflect on dash. May prove helpful. Oh, really? Still hit us? That's kind of sad. Yeah, if we can deflect their big projectile attacks back at them, then I think that is really powerful. We are not off to a great start right now. Like that. Okay. Did get those guys down. We're gonna do this. Did we really not hit you at all there? That was poor positioning on my part. We're gonna do this again. I'm gonna do that. Hopes of getting a little bit of life out of it. I'm gonna do this as well. Pick up a little more life. It's there, so I'll take it. Ooh, I should not have gotten hit there. Those lasted a really long time. See that coming. Ooh, and I may have actually deflected that hit. Not really sure how that worked, but I did not successfully deflect all of that. Or that, for that matter. Okay, this has not been our best fight here. Did get rid of that head at least. Ooh, yep, still getting a little sloppy. Trying to over deflect things, I think. I'm a little carried away with it. Do have a call. A greater call at that. I think we go for. Okay, let's get rid of you. That's all we could have hoped to have done. That is not what I meant to do. Let's dash away from you, not toward you. Matching that. Man, these ones have increased duration, it seems. Hold on. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do there. I wanted up for that. Tried to get too clever. Okay, on to your next phase, but we are not looking good right now. Where are your other friends? He's one of them. We got hit by one of those when we should not have. There are more heads right now than I would like there to be. Normally we would love to take some of these guys out early. To avoid having to deal with this scenario where we are trying to deal with multiple simultaneously. Or, you know, almost all of them simultaneously. We don't really have any that are really close to death. I guess these over here. I tried deflecting some of them with a dash, but we did a lot of that. A lot of dashing into those attacks and deflecting some, but getting hit by other projectiles.
I hate that Hydra.
And we've been doing awfully well with that Hydra up until then. I mean, I know we didn't come in with full HP, and we really ought to have, but yeah, not our best.
Again, huh? Real sorry about that. Though you know what? I want you to get back out there, you know, all through Tartarus and Asphodel again, and knock some sense into it for me, okay? Okay.
Hypnos? Giving us a pep talk? What?
Okay.
I don't know about that. Ooh. Cerberus is back.
Shouldn't you be getting skewered by the dead?
Thanks.
Guess what, boy? Made it all the way to Asphodel last time. I fully understand how come you never liked it there. Now to trek on back, I guess. Take care.
We made it much further than that.
Despite the Underworld Prince's optimism, his old companion Cerberus, the multi-headed hound, maintains a somewhat sulky attitude for now.
No, Cerberus. Oh, I didn't. Wait, we can gift to Cerberus?
Look what I got for you, boy.
Oh, we tried to do this earlier and we weren't able to.
As one of Cerberus's heads receives the prince's gift, another muzzles something back into his hand.
Oh. There we go. Thanks, Cerberus. Not think we were able to do that. And can we make this purchase? We can. Okay, so I don't know if this will upgrade the money earns that would have given us 5 coins and now make them all give us 10, or if there will be some distinction between these are the ones that give you 5, these are the ones that give you 10. My guess would be the former.
This one here, contractor, sir.
I don't know for sure.
Oh, still.
Oh, wow. Actually upgrade them again. 15 coins. I mean, the 5 coins hasn't been terribly significant. There have been a few occasions on which that's been just enough to help us out, but 10 might make more of a difference. 15, of course, more of a difference still.
I'll make sure everything is taken care of.
Okay. I think you've said that to us on several occasions in a row, and I know, or at least I think, that these upgrades here with bedroom decor are the ones that technically are advancing the plot, so we may look to do those pretty soon.
I shall be watching over you and our house alike.
Yeah, because I think we're starting to get a lot of repeat dialogue here, and we may need to stir the pot a little bit more before things start to change up again. Okay, we did not get a ton of darkness there, because, I mean, well, that was certainly not one of our better runs as of late, but
done.
Suppose we were due for one of those after perhaps overachieving a little bit in our past few.
About time you showed up. Time to go.
Asphodel has flooded once again with flame. Not quite the afterlife experience promised to the dead residing there now, is it, boy?
Who's ready for the real afterlife experience?
Alright, so certainly not our best as of late. I mean, I'd like to believe this is more an exception and not the new norm, because we've been seemingly getting to Elysium and sometimes even beyond that as of late, so we'll see if we can get back to that next time. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time.